free-for-all. Take no prisoners, comrades. Scavenger. Quick draw. Steady aim. Specialist bonus achieved. Scavenger.
Only. What's up, guys? ONLYUSEmeBLADE, and that I call that the James Bond. And what I mean by that is when you start, like sometimes when a James Bond movie starts, right? It starts off, it's like he's smoking a cigar in a club, and then all of a sudden jet skis fly from the ceiling, and the girl with big titties is like needs to be saved, and then they shoot the shootouts, and they go on this big long Family Guy chicken fighting chase scene, and then after everything is said and done and the fucking embassy blew up, then it's just like 007 James Bond in whatever, you know. That's, to me, that's what I call a James Bond. And other people probably do this, but myself and that guy who camps are the only people that come to mind, don't get mad at me, that come to mind that like to start off videos with like a cool little clip, like a clip that's not really montagey. It is montagey, but it's not. And it's more so just a really cool little clip that you wanted to share but didn't feel like it was a singular upload situation. And the guy who camps does that. And guys, I don't know what the deal is with that guy who camps. I think that he's just kind of evaluating life. So quit asking me. I don't know. I don't know what that man does. That being said, only. See how I did that? That's like a James Bond, whatever, Inception within the intro of Inception of James Bond. And I'm loving it. Woo! Okay, so last Sunday, and I hate to, watch this. Yep, the triple. Get in my feed. Get in my feed. I think there's reservations party of 3 in the kill feed. Guess ONLYUSEmeBLADE. I see that guy. I'm just collecting my vest, calling my UAV. I'm going to go get him right now. I'm going to go fetch. Oh, he thinks I'm down there, but I'm up here. That's the loop-de-doop. Bam! Sit down. And you, your buddy, fuck you. Okay. Last Sunday, right, I did a commentary. And it was a Sunday Teal commentary, and it kind of, I'm not really proud of it because the only thing I wasn't proud of because it was heartfelt, it was from the heart. But the thing that I didn't like about it was that it was so short. And the reason why it was short is because that was the only game I had, because like I was just tapering off from the Call of Duty. I wasn't feeling healthy with my Call of Duty intake. I was binging on Call of Duty, and it wasn't, fuck you. Not you, the viewer. I don't ever want to say that to you. I say fuck you to the guy that knifed me. How dare he? Black Ops 2 should be fun. I guess we're going to do a panic knife. Who knows? And I'm not going to speculate. I'm just going to play it when it comes out. You know I'm going to be on that, right? Yeah, buddy. But last Sunday, right, I made this commentary, and it was just like, you know, things need to change. I'm not a happy Blade. I need to do something different. So the whole week, I didn't play any Call of Duty, and it was kind of nice. Not saying that I didn't feel tempted to hop on and play some All or Nothing or whatever, but I went about 4 or 5 days without playing, and then I played for about an hour, and I had fucking fun with it, man. Like, I honestly had fun, and I was like just playing just to play. Going for, okay, so like there's 2 types of people that go for stuff on YouTube. There's guys like me that go for gameplays, and there's guys that go for montage clips. What I found, and I've known about this before, oh, I love this. You want a head glitch? I will throw knife head glitch your face off. But, you know, sit down. So you can play for montage clips, and you can play for gameplays. And I felt like that was kind of taking the fun out of it. And I'm not here to complain because, like, I feel like this is pretty fun just to sit down. Just to, you know, just to play some Call of Duty. And I kind of fell away from it where just play, man. Just play. Don't care about the gameplays or the YouTubes. And then play a bunch, have fun with it. And then when you get that gameplay or you get that montage clip, use it. See what I'm saying? It's more like a natural thing. Like I think some great montages are done when people they just naturally get clips over time of them playing. You know, I don't post every single game I play, but I would. And this is the condition on where I would post every single game I could play. And I would prestige and I would do a Road to Commander, but I would do Road to Commander all or nothing style. If Infinity Ward, Activision, whoever the company is, if they were to put out, like right now, if you want to play all or nothing, you have to play in a community playlist, and it cycles through 18 guns, 3x6 guns, one in the chamber, and no one likes those game modes. Another triple. Reservation for 3? Get in my feed? What's the name under? Underblade? Okay, yeah. We'll seat you right now. God, I'm fucking corny. And that's a daily challenge or weekly challenge. I've called in many, many, many more vests than 10. But if they made it so that I could play just all or nothing over and over and over again, I would do that. I would live stream the whole thing. And I think some guy did like a live stream of a whole prestige. I would try to prestige in one sitting. Just to fucking binge, crack, snort my soul away with some Call of Duty binge action. But like I said before, it's a lot more fun and a lot more gratifying not to go through those binges. 21-5, rushing around, stabbing people, throwing knives and good shits and lovables. I'm ONLYUSEmeBLADE, and I hope you guys enjoyed yourself. If you didn't, eat a dick and die. Peace and buck rays. I'm back. Let's play some free-for-all gunplay. Let's play some all or nothing. Hey, okay, cool. Let's see what we have to do here. I think the game's already in progress. I love clutches. I love aces. I love Call of Duty. And oh my god, look at the score. Holy shit. 800. That means that the person in the lead right now, only needs 4 more kills. And I need 20. Now 19 after I stabbed that guy and made him sit down. So, one of my favorite things is comebacks or late arrival victories. What is your best late arrival victory? What I mean by that is explain the situation, i.e., have you ever gotten into a game of domination and you're down like 100 points and somehow you pull out the victory, sit down, and let's exchange swords like gay porn stars? I don't know about that reference. Should I start the commentary over? I don't think so. Sit down. Catch that. You catch that too. And then the strafing throw knife on the ledge, but you get commandoed. That guy me did. Alright. So this is my best all or nothing comeback victory. Obviously I came in at 750. Plus he got another kill, so that's 800 down. He needs 4. I need 20. Let's go. Get pumped. Guys, I know I haven't uploaded videos because I went to E3, and tonight I'm going to chill and relax. Catch that Sheboygan long distance, long range, and you sit down. I'm going to basically do like a 3-part commentating session. Sit down, and he made me sit down. I'm going to do a 3-part commentating session about my trip to E3, my thoughts, my outlooks on life and stuff. But I want to know in the comments below, what Call of Duty situation where you made a late arrival, or what situations where you pull it out. I want to hear about it. I love hearing about shit like that. Right now I'm at 750. That means I need 5 more kills. And I know a lot of people are going to be like, oh, you're cocky. No. People's like, Blade became too self-absorbed. I'm like, well, no shit. The channel's about me, dumbass. Not you, the person that was being dumb. I love you. 950. If he gets a kill, I'm... Oh! And the crowd goes wild. Oh! Alright, guys, I know it's quick. Epic comeback. Let me know about your epic comebacks you've ever had in Call of Duty. ONLYUSEmeBLADE. Peace and buck rays. Bye. Shoes. I went to E3. I wore Jordan Cement 3s and some True Blues. Okay? That was my shoes for that trip. And I don't know, here's my take on shoes. Like, okay, some people like, I like to, it's really weird when, because I like to get like, I enjoy Jordans. I think they look the best. That and like some Nike Dunks or whatever. But I don't want to fool you in thinking that I'm some kind of sneaker snob, sneaker head, whatever. What I do is I scour and see all the sneakers that are there, and the ones that I like, I buy. That's the extent of it. I would like to say, yeah, I'm up to date on this and that, and when these are coming out or whatever's, but I'm not. I like certain shoes, and whenever I go on eBay and look at the shoes, it's really interesting because like what I'll do is I'll just go, okay, price highest first, and then we'll scroll down, look at the absolute ridiculous things. Like it's always interesting. Like whenever there's like packages, I always say, okay, let me look at the most ridiculous, insane package first, and then I'll just work our way down, just for the idea of seeing it. You know, like remember I told you I used to work for Cutco, or I used to sell Vetco. I always was like, let me look at let's look at the presidential set, which is the absolute most ridiculous set ever, and I always like to look at that, right? And so I see these shoes, and it made me kind of think. It's like I like to have fresh shoes. I like to have clean shoes. I don't like scuffs on them. I think that's just kind of a bad look, you know. Like as long as like the sneakers being clean is such a key thing. I don't know. To me, that's just me. So, and when I went to E3, we were seeing the thing about the Black Ops 2, and they didn't knife in it, so fuck them. And they didn't show multiplayer, so fuck them. And I was thinking, man, I wore these shoes for nothing. I wanted these cement J's to be the shoes I wore when I first got to see Black Ops 2 or played Black Ops 2 multiplayer or whatever. I know it sounds a little ridiculous, but because of that, I ended up having to watch Jimmy Fallon because they said that they were going to be showing some Black Ops footage on Jimmy Fallon. So I ended up having to watch Jimmy Fallon, and as I'm watching it, the opener for this was a really weird dude. He looked like he was on drugs, and you know what I'll do? I'll name him in the description or put him as a title on this, so I'll look it up and see what the guy's name was. But he's a fucking weirdo, and he was all spasky, and I noticed that he had his shoes on that he had were like, they looked like at one point they were nice, but he'd been wearing them every single day and walked through mud in them. Like they were fucked up. And it kind of got me thinking about it, and I was like, okay, I'm going to fucking, you know, for whatever reason I started thinking about that, and then I started thinking about, you know, what would shoe life be if I was fucking like a billionaire? You know, I know that's a weird thing to think about, but like, here's how I would do it. I would basically buy every filthy pair I've ever seen. Like every time I see something I'm thinking like that's filthy, I'd buy it, you know? And I would even buy like the special edition ones, and I would buy like the rare collectible ones. Like this is an exaggeration obviously, but like I would like to have the pair of shoes that Wilt Chamberlain wore when he broke the 100 point when he got 100 points in a game. I think that would be funny to have. And I got this idea from Arthur, the movie Arthur, because in that movie he buys Abraham Lincoln's suit and then wears it around the town. And I think that would be fucking, my version with shoes would be the same kind of thing. Like I would actually wear, like I would have the, you know, see that's tough though because I wear a size 13. I'm not going to like wear a size 8 if the person was a size 8. But like I would basically have these really rare, ridiculous shoes like golden ostrich knitted Air Force Ones. I don't know. It's just ridiculous shoes that you shouldn't really wear. You know what I mean? Like when people make, I know it sounds stupid. They make, and actually Jive Turkey hit me up about it. He's just like, yeah, man, some dude's probably gonna, like I linked someone like there was a pack of like every Jordan from like 1 through 23 or some shit like that, and they were selling for like $7,000. I put a link out on Twitter, and Jive was just like, that's stupid. Probably someone's gonna buy that and never wear them. And my thought process to that was, yeah, that's like fucking getting a badass female and never fucking her. That's basically what you're doing. But I would wear them once if I was balling out of control, and if I really had, you know, money to spend like that, where money wasn't an object, and I could indulge myself in little things. One of the things I would do is I would buy hella shoes, and I would only wear the shoe once. I would basically use that shoe as far as like going out or doing whatever. Like let's say we have a night on the town. Go. If I went on another E3 trip, I would pack 4 pairs of shoes. Basically every day I would have a new pair of shoes to wear. And what I would do is at the end of the day, I would save them and I would put them up in almost in chronological order. Like basically as soon as I get done with them, put them up. So it's like a revolving thing. And I think that'd be amazing to be able to kind of go back. Same way with people kind of like, art. Like a lot of people get art and they kind of hang it up and they are able to like go and stare at it. You know what I mean? And kind of think about what it is. I think it'd be really awesome to save over time if I were to have a fresh pair of shoes every day, to be able to kind of look at that. And you might have certain shoes will reflect certain times and certain days. Like you can kind of go through it. And you know what? I think that you'd be able to kind of dissect your moods a little bit, because you might, like, I might buy 45 pairs of shoes at a time and then get them, and then like I basically have from a huge pile to choose from which shoes to wear, and then I'm able to put them up. I think that over time, kind of like when you cut open a tree and you look at the O-rings and you can see like thick O-rings means there was like rough terrains. I don't know how all it works, but basically I bet if you kind of stand back, like those little mosaics, I bet if you can stand back, that actually tells a picture of your life or of your moods during that time based on what shoes that you picked. And it'd be kind of cool to kind of reflect on that. My dad, his thing that he did is that he tried to travel as much as possible, and I think I have that in me where I want to keep on traveling. I actually like traveling. I came up with a cool idea about how I could travel, and I'm gonna fucking tell you about that later. But I think it'd be interesting to if I wore a fresh pair of shoes every day, and to put them up on the wall, and then when I'm older, to kind of go walk the massive hallway and look at the shoes, and I might go, oh, those Sean Kemp Kamikazes, that was that night when I did this, or that was the night I met this person. Obviously I don't wear a new pair of shoes every day, but I don't really get rid of my shoes. So like if the shoes become worn, I just stop wearing them, like I said before. And I kind of look at that, and when I look at those actually reminds me of certain times. That, like, these pair of J's remind me of last summer, and that gives me those memories. So I already kind of do it. Shaz. Anybody gets that reference? That Shaz. Peace. So most of the time you go to sleep, right? And you go to sleep and then you wake up. For drinkers, for people, like let's say you drank, a lot of it, like some people drink just, it helps them go to sleep. And I will attest to that, even though I think it's kind of funny that I choose to drink Jägermeister because it has sugars and allows me to keep on going with the partying, and it doesn't just put me to sleep. Because we all can like eat a meal and be like, okay, I want to take a food coma. It's like, we can do that or whatever. Most of the time when you go to sleep, you just go to sleep, and it's like your phone has like 5% battery left. You plug it in and you just kind of shut your eyes, just like, okay, just let me recharge, baby. Thank you. And then you wake up and you're recharged, and then you go and you kind of, attack the day. And then the thing is, yeah, we do have dreams. Our mind's always working, even if we, close our eyes or whatever. We do have dreams, but most of the time we are just, through the hustle and bustle of life, we don't remember the dreams because we're not in the mode of taking this down. We're in the mode of just recharging our battery. And but then again, there's sometimes, especially with me, where I will actually remember my dreams, and it has a lot to do with the type of food. Like I did a commentary way back when. I don't know if it was in San Andreas, and I'm going to do a San Andreas commentary because it's kind of, and it's, I'm going to I'm going to go eat, and then after this commentary and do a San Andreas commentary. So be on the lookout for that. But what you eat has an effect on what your dreams were. I had something really not good. It was like this it was like one of those like ramen style soup bowls or whatever that I bought from like 7-Eleven, and I remember eating it, and I remember going to sleep, and I had the craziest situation dream ever, dude. And it was like, I remember that there was other parts to it that I didn't care to remember, but I remember there was a part where I was driving on the freeway and I could see what's going on, and then there was a situation where I was like paralyzed in the seat. Like I couldn't move, I couldn't move my feet, and my eyes were closed, and I could barely, through all the strength I had in my body, open my eyes to see what was going on. It felt like I was going like 100 miles per hour in my car, and I felt like I was going to crash, and I was like scared, you know. Last year, and this is around the time I did the deep stuff commentary, I had a dream that I was with my girlfriend at the time, and we were driving. I think I've talked about this before. Like we were driving. I was in the dream. I was driving, and I came across, like, for some reason we needed to go buy beer, and I don't even like beer. I'm more of a booze kind of guy, right? And she wasn't a drinker, so that part is a little odd. But like, remember we had to go buy beer, and it was in like my hometown of Bellevue, in the back roads of like Clyde Hill, and we were like kind of in a hurry, and I remember losing control of the car. This wasn't losing control of like of me, but this is more so losing control of the car. And I remember hitting a tree, a big ass tree, and then like a match being put out. That was it. And I remember that it kind of, if you guys ever see my San Andreas Trippy episode, when it kind of like white bleeds into it, that's kind of similar feeling that I had, that this tree turned bright white and it bled into me and kind of absorbed me, and it was crazy, man. And there was a situation several years ago, before I even started this YouTube, where we went super far up north out of our comfort zone, and me and my buddy, we were there, and he wasn't drinking because he knew that we were like kind of far off, you know, and so he didn't want to drink and then drive, you know, so that, kudos to him. And I got really drunk on Jaeger, had a fun time, jolly, happy me, you know. And I was in the passenger seat of my own car, and I was asleep, and I wake up to my buddy going, Riz, we gotta go. And he had uprooted a light pole, and it had gone over the car and smashed the back of it. And if we were in like a Honda or some bullshit like that, like I'm not talking shit about brands, and if you really start a car brand thing over this kind of commentary, then check your priorities. You know, we almost died, you know. And I saw an episode of Mad Men where he was dreaming about taking a long car ride, and I don't know, like it's a pattern of things that are coming up that are happening way too often. So I don't know, like the show Awake is an awesome show. It's one of those things where it's just like it ended too soon, it got canceled because of low ratings. But as a whole, if you guys get a chance, I don't know, look on demand or look on Netflix or look on whatever, but definitely check out the show Awake. As a whole, it's a great show. So, and it kind of delves into the whole dreamlike thing, and it even talks about time travel at one point to say that's even on an Inception level. It's pretty awesome. 20-4, ONLYUSEmeBLADE. Peace.
I doubled down too. We only needed one more person.
Yeah, that was me. I didn't have enough points.
Kill you, take your kill. I'm gonna kill you. Let's go. Come on. Humiliation.
Humiliation.
I got good ass.
No, it pisses me off. Can't even get a fucking kill.
Probably 'cause I got better gun skills than everybody up in here. Oh, get one shot.
Humiliation.
Quick skill. Oh.
Humiliation.
Quick skill. Okay, you knifed me. That's right. Oh, no scope hit marker. Oh, get off.
Humiliation.
Fucking pussy. Oh, I'm on a pistol and I have to run around and knife everybody. Oh yeah, I'm bad, but you're still on the pistol. I'm on the wall. Get off me, bitch. Get off me.
Humiliation.
Oh my fucking god!
Come on.
Let me get a kill!
Come at me. Come at me. Yeah, get the fuck out of here. Fucker.
Fucking double team.
On the crossbow. On the crossbow. Oh, get stuck. Oh, get stuck. Cross map. Ugh. Nasty.
Humiliation. Humiliation.
Se la pinada es la misma. Ahí en la pinada, pues,
Humiliation.
¿por qué quiero quitarla? Si trabaja bien en la...
Humiliation.
Si eso no necesita este, pues. Pero si trabaja bien el programa, todos los programas van a trabajar bien.
Out of the money. Humiliation. In the money. Out of the money. Humiliation. In the money. Humiliation. 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 Humiliation.
Fucking god.
Humiliation. Humiliated.
The quest for the answer is really prevalent. But when you've taken the test so many times, you don't even necessarily care about the answer because you know that your answer is eventually going to change. Call of Duty, even though it's constantly changing, there's a constant. The game, for the most part, is the same, but our opinions on it change drastically. From the time when we first get it to that time when we realize what the faults are, because we break the game. Like, think about it. Like, they're like, this game's broken. I'm like, we fucking broke it. Like, that's stupid. That's like taking a fucking vase and like slam the ground and be like, the vase is broken. What the hell? I'm like, you broke the shit. So because they don't have the beta testing, because they know that we're gonna play the shit out of it and we're gonna figure out what the broken part of it is. That's kind of how it is. Here's the thing. Like, I've gone through the Call of Duty cycles. Okay, I've gone through the Modern Warfare 2 cycle, then the Black Ops cycle, now this cycle, and the COD 4 cycle before that. I've been through the cycles before. You're not going to go on the teacups at Disneyland and go around, and by the fourth time around, expect something different or new or to be surprised by it. The thing with Modern Warfare 3, with a lot of the commentators bitching or moaning and complaining, just like they complain about the previous one, and we complain about Modern Warfare 2. It's like, we go through these cycles, and the thing is that I've been through the cycle so many times that I know how it works, so I don't even need to speak on it. Does that make sense? And I've also come to the conclusion that there's like this little piece of me that wants the COD 4 back. That's a little piece of me. That's what I want. I want that type of game. But I know of how, like, I've seen how it works. I've seen how Treyarch makes games and how Infinity Ward makes games. And we just know it's not there. And also, all the people saying, well, Infinity Ward needs to go back to the COD 4 style. In the main people from Infinity Ward that made Call of Duty 4 aren't over Infinity Ward anymore. So, I don't know, I've just kind of come to terms with that. And so, a lot of people are saying that, like, you know, Call of Duty gameplay stuff has become kind of stagnant or whatever because we've seen the same thing. And I'd have to agree with you. I personally like doing commentaries still. I just found that the game isn't that exciting anymore. Like when I got this game, I was pretty pumped, but I wasn't the same thing if I would have got it in COD 4. And so you go, but we still want to make content. And what I've noticed is that just like if you look at television, it needs to get new programming. See what I'm saying? Super fast just like a channel goes. Here's an example. I like XCal, but I don't like all the shows on that channel, you know? And, you know, some people probably only watch me for the Gun Game reactions or for the Sunday Show commentaries. I totally get that. But the thing to make a good channel, I found, is like there needs to be some variety. And one thing I noticed is like the kind of the collaborations have been pick up my knife. And thought I would have had some more sit down edge. I got a really cool throw knife, and that's kind of why I want to put this in here. Anyways, I've noticed that collaborations, i.e. working with other people, because sitting here talking to you 1v no one, because you guys can't respond back except for comments, but that's after the video is already processed and done. It's been done before, and don't worry, I love it. Oh, bam, throwing knife for the win. It's already been done, and I'm not saying that it's ever going to stop, but I think like working with other like-minded people on collaborations is kind of a trend that's been going on, and I'm kind of going that way, and I find it more interesting. Case in point, I did a Comm with two buds of mine. People are going to just instantly dislike the video just because I say this person, DJ Keemstar. This is my take on DJ Keemstar, okay? If you guys have ever seen the movie Casino, De Niro's character, like I feel like I'm De Niro's character, like I'm doing what I'm doing it well. And then I got Keemstar, who's like a friend of mine, and he's acting like Joe Pesci's character. Yeah, that was a triple, not by me, but a triple Predator by somebody else. Sit down. And and so I think of DJ Keemstar as the Nicky of the group. Like it's like he does things, I'm just like, fuck, that's not looking good for me even being associated with him, but that's a buddy of mine, so I'm not gonna not do stuff with that dude just because he is disliked by some people on YouTube. See what I'm saying? I did a Comm with him. I did a challenge with Onslaught, and I'm doing a playthrough with Woody's Gamertag. So I'm going to link you to all that stuff. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. That kind of had to wrap up kind of fast. That was like, okay, I'm out. Leave the door. ONLYUSEmeBLADE. Peace and blood grease. Shazam. Take the cap. The Butterfly Effect is a movie. Well, let's start out from the beginning. So, I'm sitting at home, and I'm watching. I actually ended up watching this movie with Steve Carell in it, where he gets divorced from the girl from Boogie Nights, Julianne Moore, and it was actually a really good movie. And like, I don't know, call me gay or whatever, but what's his name dresses pretty sharp in the movie, and I think I'm gonna start kind of like gradually moving in that direction of just dressing GQ and nice and not, you know, Jordan sweats. And even though I love my JOs, but you know, I think I'm gonna gravitate that way. Anyways, as I'm watching the movie, I'm really I just enjoyed it, even though I guess it kind of could have been a chick flick, but I don't like not watch a movie because it's considered a chick flick. You know what I mean? Like, I watch a movie if it's good. I don't give a fuck. Like, I listen to music even if it's from a genre I don't like. Ooh, no. But I'm sitting there, and you know how you write out like a text message and then you get that little opportunity kind of to send it, and I'm just like, do I want to send this out? Do I want to send it out? I'm like, no. Delete the whole thing. Start typing again. Delete it, and I'm just like, and I do that with YouTube videos sometimes, guys. Like sometimes I'll do a whole YouTube video, and then I'll watch it, and I'll be all ready to upload it, and then I'll just kind of sit there and I'll be like, should I put this up? And like I'm talking like I've worked like 2-3 hours on a video that I end up not putting up. So go figure. I don't know. Anyways, so I'm wanting to send this text message, but then I go, I need to stop worrying about how I will be perceived and just say what's on my mind, because like whenever I just say what's on my mind, people tend to like it more than when I worry, or if I constantly don't, or if I just want to go. I've talked about this before with the whole silence thing. Silence is fucking golden. Anyways, but I don't send it. So whatever interesting, possibly life-changing, anything, whatever that was in that text message, it's never going to be seen, right? And I always find that interesting, like the idea that shit's not like, you know, great grandeur things are just deleted. You know that Stephen King could probably write a book, write out the most amazing book in the world, and then if he wants to, you can just delete it. Bam. And that's crazy to me. In the movie The Butterfly Effect, I'm going to link you to a video that talks about the actual idea of the butterfly effect, and I'm going to ruin the Butterfly Effect movie for you. So if you have not seen it, I suggest you stop watching this. Or if you don't care, it doesn't matter. I don't know. But basically, the butterfly effect is this. The flap of a butterfly's wings could potentially cause a hurricane on the other side of the world. And the reasoning behind that, and it's true, is I'll give you a prime example. Let's say you met your soulmate at a coffee shop. You met her at a coffee shop while you're standing in line for coffee. You meet her, and you end up spending the rest of your life with her. From that one point, the initial meetup, from that one point. Think about key people in your life and where you've met them. If this is outside of school, most people that are young when they're in school, they get it from that. But I'm talking about, think about it from a point of view of, you know, where did you meet this person? Where did you find this thing? Or where did you come across this? Or whatever. A lot of times it's from very, very precise moments in crossing paths in life, right? So let's go back to the idea of you meeting your soulmate, okay? Or the person that you end up spending the rest of your life with. Let's say you met him at a coffee shop, right? Now, before this instance, let's say that you were sitting at a stoplight. Oh no, perfect. I just came up with this. Perfect. Let's say you're driving and it reaches that point when the light goes yellow and you have to make a decision. Do I slam on my brakes or do I keep going? Now, in the instance where you keep on going, you end up pulling off the side, go to get your morning coffee or whatever, meet the girl or dude of your dreams, depending on whatever's, and everything's great. And then, you know, fast forward through life, and now you've lived your life with this person. Now, let's go back to that point when you're driving through that light, and you go, you know what? Fuck it. Slamming your brakes. So now you're at a red light, and you're sitting there for a while, and then you drive, and you go to that coffee shop, and, you know, you didn't meet. Now, in the movie, The Butterfly Effect, there is this introduction of fate. There's an introduction of fate, because I think that if we were to use that same scenario when we're talking about the butterfly, you know, when using that same scenario about, you know, meeting your future wife at like a coffee shop, the idea that I used was just that small change in the order of operations caused you not to meet your wife, right? But the idea of fate is that maybe you didn't meet her, or maybe she was getting coffee and she left and you held the door open for her and made contact, and then you guys still got together. See what I'm saying? In the movie The Butterfly Effect, basically what happens is he goes and he lives his life through, 21 years, and shit's pretty fucked up. Like, shit just isn't the way it is, and he, by reminiscing through old books, he's able to, that he's written when he was going through like these blackout periods, he is able to go back in time, change that one thing, and then it drastically changes everything. You know what I mean? Like, I think that's why, first off, time travel just doesn't happen. It's just not within the realm of things. It's interesting to a person like me. I fucking totally dig the idea of time traveling and the idea of going back and changing things or having knowledge of the previous. But the problem with it is you can't just change one thing. It's not like you just are going to just take one thing from it and it's not going to affect everything else. So anyway, so in the movie The Butterfly Effect, he first goes through it, and then he goes back to when he was like 7, and then he changes one thing and everything's perfect, but then it's not. And what basically happens is that he plays out this entire cycle of events in his well, I don't want to say in his head, because that's what it kind of is, but like he plays out all these events that he's going through. Now, what happens though, and obviously this is a movie and there's artistic merit to it or whatever, but what happens though is that he realizes that the idea of fate plays such a big role in it, that even though he's able to, knowing what he needs to do, knowing that he has the game changers and that he could do, he knows the outcomes of his actions, this and that, no matter what, every time the girl that he is infatuated with always ends up basically being unhappy. And he was able to see it in one situation where he wasn't part of the girl's life, and was able to realize that, that him being around wasn't going to make her happy. The butterfly effect is that I truly believe that the butterfly effect, it needs to be in like the love category, because it's honestly a love story. Now, the director's cut and the theatrical cut are a little different, and the reason why I say that is because they are. I like the director's cut better, because in the director's cut, what he does is he goes back to when he was a baby, right? And then chokes himself with the umbilical cord. And they reference that in the movie a couple times, like when she was talking about how she was a smoker or whatever, and the doctor says that, she's had they called Ashton Kutcher's character a miracle baby because she's had 3 miscarriages. And that's some crazy shit if you think about it. That means that this whole scenario of a person living his life out and with the ability to restart it or reconfigure it, they found out that it was better not to live at all with that power. So basically, like, they lived their life 3 times within this dream world, but then they said, no, okay, it's actually better that I didn't make a stance here. It actually, like, think about that. Like, if you had the ability to redo life and try to have like a perfect run of life so many times, then you actually rage quit life. And that to me is kind of crazy. That's kind of crazy to me, and it's kind of like, that's why that movie is so deep and on so many different levels. That's why I really, really like it. And the same kind of idea where all that could happen. Like, think about that. Think about the brain hemorrhaging you would have if you were to live 3 lifetimes and then at the end of it go, you know what, this wasn't a good idea, and to go back to the start and just go bloop, delete, no more. Think about that for a second. And that's what, honestly, I know, like, I don't want to say this is a bad thing, but like, that whole scene, that whole sequence that I just described to you, that goes through my head every single time I make a simple text message. So, I mean, that's kind of like a heavy, thought-provoking thing that I constantly go through. And I think the reason why I self-medicate with, with drinking and partying and stuff like that is because, like I said before, my mind works so fucking crazy that it just needs a moment to fucking chill the fuck out. Cause that whole scene, that whole situation I described right there, that goes through my mind all the time. Like, I've literally had like deep, long thoughts that basically go to the point where me go, you know what, I don't even want to fucking share this. And that's the interesting thing with the YouTube thing, guys. Like, I have no issue fucking letting you know what is on my mind. I have no issue talking to you guys like this. But in like what I call the real world, because I still consider this YouTube thing like it's still a joke to me, and it always will be. Like, everyone that takes it super seriously, do you? But like, it's the internet, it's YouTube. Like, come on, bro. And so I have no issue sharing that stuff with you. Now, I've talked about the Peter Pan syndrome before. Well, with the thing with Peter Pan syndrome and the thing with the butterfly effect is, yeah, like, because of my fear of death and because of, wanting to always, like, I'm talking about bear grip onto the fact of being a kid forever, which is honestly like what I would like to do. Like, I don't want to get old. I want to be forever young. You know what I mean? That's just what just seems natural to me, and then just what I want to do. The problem is, if I want to be forever young, I need to actually take care of myself in the physical form. We all know I'm fucking fat. Like, I fucking sit at home and play Call of Duty, and I drink too much. And I party too much. And every other day I'm hungover, and it's kind of ironic because I want to live forever, but not only am I taking recovery days, but I'm probably taking days off the end result. So, the idea of the butterfly effect, where you can, by making one small change, you can be drastic. I haven't even flapped the wings yet, man. See what I'm saying? Like, I haven't even flapped the wings yet. And also, I've been not taking care of myself physically, and I haven't been, like, taking care. I've been too social. You know what I mean? Like, I've been too worried about doing social things when I need to worry about taking care of myself. So, like, I need to get fit. I need to take certain vices out of my life. And I think it's time for me to flap my wings, in a sense. Does that compute? Because, I want to live forever, but I'm definitely not going to live forever at the current. Basically, the current formula that I got is not working, and I don't feel healthy, and I don't feel good, and I love the people around me, but I think I need to be a little selfish. You know what I'm saying? I've always thought about that, though, guys. Like, whenever someone, like, let's say someone's like learns about me or meets me for the first time, and I go through the whole process of telling them what I do. I can't be there when they listen to a commentary. The worst possible idea would be to have me and for someone to come in here after I do this commentary, and they're like, what are you doing? I was like, I just did a commentary for my channel. And they're like, can I listen to it? I was like, sure you can. I can't be here. I can't be in the same room with you while you listen, because I'm able to differentiate the YouTube world and the real world. And I think that a lot of people blur that too much. But the same way that I'm holding on to wanting to be a child or wanting to be forever young or whatever, I'm holding on to that so tough in the same way that I'm holding on to the idea of keeping YouTube and real life separate. Even though I tend to bring a lot of the real life into my YouTube, I just think it's a healthier, it's a point of reference, and it's just better that way. And whenever I talk about how I do things or whatever, that's not saying that it's the right way. It's just the way that I do it. My personal stances on stuff shouldn't affect, you. I think that there's this weird thing. I think I'm going to make a commentary about this as well. But there's this really odd thing where I don't like the idea of being a role model because I'm not. I don't want anybody to, like, when I'm talking to young kids and like I was playing basketball with this young kid today, and you could tell that person was looking for like a role model or a big brother or something, and I don't know if I want to be that to somebody, because it sucks when you find out that the people that you idolize, I hate to use that word, but it sucks when the people that you look up to or think are amazing, and then when you finally meet them you go, wow, that's not the person that I was expecting. So ONLYUSEmeBLADE. That was a long Sunday Chill commentary. I haven't done one in a while, and I hope you guys enjoyed. Go ahead and flap your wings there. Peace and butt grease. I promise, San Andreas.
Oh my god!
My recorder messed up. I had like 4 gameplays that I was gonna just bless my voice with, and it's I don't know, it's messed up. So I'm gonna go play this game and get some gameplays and go for you. But in the meantime, while you're waiting for your junky blade fix, I did a podcast with DJ Keemstar, and I'm going to continue to do it. So, link in the description. It's called The Bad Kid Show. Me and Keemstar talk to other YouTubers. It should be a good time. Not my best effort, though. Not my best effort. So, I decided I wanted a reason to show you this. Long Sheboygan on his part. Alright, guys. Check out link in the description. Bad Kid Show podcast, me and Keemstar. And check out these clips if you don't want to check that out and you still have eyes and stuff. Bye.
Kill confirmed.
Super fast, what up?
We've taken the lead. Kill confirmed. Kill confirmed. Kill confirmed. Kill confirmed.
Oh my god, he's up.
Kill confirmed. Kill confirmed. Kill confirmed.
Oh my god, it's crazy!
Kill confirmed.
Scavenger. Quick draw. Steady aim. Specialist bonus achieved.
Oh, you say I affect your self-esteem. It's a seam. It's a seam. It's a seam. It's a steam of your motherfucking self. You simple bitch. Guys, I'm having a great day. Just good times. I feel healthy, feel alive. Got a little workout action going on. Played a little Call of Duty when I woke up. Did a little workout. Met with a lady friend, and when I met her, she was down. And I told her, fuck you, simple bitch. Because if you're down, you just want to bring me down. Why do you want to bring me down? I'm feeling great. I'm feeling good. I was like, part of it's the music. Part of it's the music. So, like, Honestly, a lot of people who have iPods, whatever, know what I'm talking about. I have 16,000 songs, and I'm like, I don't even like any of these songs. Fuck these songs, which is stupid. But played some Rage Against the Machine on the way to go pick her up, and she was just Negative Nancy, and I'm just like, you know what? I'm all for listening to your problems, but you know what? Fuck that shit. Fuck your problems. No one cares about your problems. If they did, your problems would be solved. Think about it. So, I don't know. I'm just in one of those kind of great moods, and nothing can really bring me down. And if you want to smile, smile. If you don't, not my problem that you're not smiling. And be fucking happy that you're alive. So that's just like my little pep talk for people that suck. Because I don't, and I'm feeling pretty good, feeling myself. Oh my goodness, you ruined my flawless. Now I'm over it. See how I quickly got over that? Because it's the fucking game. Getting my zen on, getting to that point where I'm just like, you know what, it's a game. I'm filthy at it. I know I'm better than you, but sometimes the game likes to cater. Because if the game only allowed good players to win, then the bad players wouldn't be there. Then we have no noobs stab, and we don't want that. So. Just kind of what I'm going through, guys. I know lack of videos, blah, 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 but I wasn't in a good headspace. Tonight, doing another podcast. We have no set schedule for how often we're going to be doing the podcast. There's going to be a link in the description to the first episode. Actually, no, just to the channel where we're going to be uploading the podcast. We're going to have Optic 12 a.m., otherwise known as Optic Midnight, a.k.a. Threat Level Midnight, a.k.a. She's a gay, right? And not because she came out and said that she was gay, but she's gay because she uses a sniper rifle. Oh, get mad. Oh, my God. I use the sniper rifle and I'm mad at you, Blade. I don't care. Love you guys. Peace.
I'm hurt. It sucks. I don't want to die.
Delta team, you are clear to engage.
I don't want to die right now. I'm gonna go over here.
Only. What's up, guys? ONLYUSEmeBLADE, and I got for you, what is Blade the biggest hypocrite of all time? He's using sit-rip, and he even took a ballistic vest. What a cunt bag! Ah, no. I got on Twitter and I was complaining about how I think it's cheesy as fuck when people gameplay boost. If you guys didn't know this, I don't even know why I'm talking about this, but this was on my mind, and Call of Duty stuff's been on my mind because I've been in that grind mode. And so pretty much what's going on is, I don't know who's doing this, but apparently there's like some commentators that feel the need to abuse their like make-believe internet power or something to like yell at their subscribers and to make their subscribers like run support for them. I don't know. I saw it in a Thunder video. I'll link you to the Thunder video. Bam's in the description. But I'm just like, that's the cheesiest shit I've ever heard of before. That's gameplay boosting. For real. Even if you have friends and you make them all run support so that you'd have that much more of an advantage. You might as well have 6 people on the other team to play against. This is gameplay boosting, bro. Like, I'm from the, like, I hate even put it like this, but like I'm from the time from like the original Call of Duty posters, and the way that we got games is that we play and then we grind out like a bunch of games, and then our best games or our most impressive games are the ones that we present to you guys, and then we start doing commentaries and this and that. So really, when you're doing that, you're saying that you're not good, but you want to, and that's the kind of the thing that kind of annoys a lot. Like when you see like a lot of the old school commentators, what annoys us about this game is that people that aren't good can do well, and so pretty much you're kind of disrespecting the process of how it's been done. And I know you probably don't give a shit, so, and I really shouldn't give a shit. And I worry about myself sometimes when I care about stupid internet YouTube stuff like this, but I don't know why. It just kind of rubbed me the wrong way. And also, I'm not really worried about you. I'm just worried about the fans that feel that I don't think we're famous. We're not famous. Everyone has a different interpretation of what fame is, but my particular interpretation of fame is when girls want to rip their panties off and fuck you just because you're you, and they've never even met you, but they want to blow you instantly as soon as they see you just because of who you are and you're recognizable on the streets. But, you know, this YouTube stuff, you're famous with a bunch of kids, and I'm not saying I don't appreciate, like, the support that we give them. The support that they give us by, like, watching the videos. You know, I don't ask for likes or ratings, but people do it just because they enjoy the stuff. I think it's pretty cool, but at the same time, like, I'm worried that these young kids that watch these videos that would listen to another dude that plays video games, a dude that breathes the same air as we do, and would be like, okay, yeah, sure, I'll run support for you. Yeah, no problem, yeah. Mm-hmm. Like, that's not cool. Like, think for yourself, bro. If I got into a lobby with another YouTuber and they're like, listen, dude, I need you to run support, don't push your spawns, I'd be like, suck my fucking dick. How about that? No one cares, dude. And, I don't know. That's just kind of what came to mind. And, like, I don't want to change. And I shouldn't even have gone on that little rant. And that probably wasted half the video. But let's get to the more positive note. This whole video, I was going to talk about the whole sitrep thing. At first, I didn't like the sitrep patch. But now, after using it and abusing it, it's swell. So, I use it now. So, go fucking figure. And also, I want to talk about the podcast. So, the podcast is a thing with me and Keem, and we've already had 2 really, really strong episodes already in, and I want you guys to go over to the channel and subscribe because it's awesome. But I'm going to even give you a bonus, okay? I'm going to do this milk challenge. Looks interesting, and the way it works is I drink a gallon of milk without throwing up. I'm going to videotape it, and I am going to hold it hostage. I know that sounds a little hypocritical because I've talked about, hey, how people hold stuff hostage, like, give me this many ratings or whatever. All I'm asking you to do is just go subscribe to the new channel once that channel gets 5,000 subs. That channel's not even partnered, so you can't even call me a money whore. Me and Keemstar just want people to watch it, and we think it's interesting, and I think you guys would enjoy it. So go over there, subscribe. Once it hits 5,000 or more, I'm going to do the milk challenge and upload it tomorrow. So, hope you guys kind of understand that. That's not me being a douchebag or holding my stuff for ransom or whatever. That's just, you know, to go subscribe to an unpartnered channel that I don't make any money off of. And because you guys will love it. It's podcasts of me and Keemstar and awesomeness. And we have some really good guests. And we're going to have Wings and Wicked Trapno on Monday. Peace and butt grace.